Somebody stream their fantasy grounds, please.
Death.
I got you, buddy.
I'd be eternally grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Quick recap. The world has gone to hell. You've had void events that you've had planets crashing towards the planet. You've had Shrek fighting against Vanagon, who is descending the planet, or is descending on Asha, sucking up the energies, of the old heralds and some of the new. Had some werewolves running amok. That Ori was calmed down. You had elementals pop up on the group in the aid after it white from Grimm's bow.
Jeez, yeah, man, that was awesome.
3 more popped up. Every round, they were destroying an amount of people, worshippers, and you guys were taking. You had the group break off. So Nadia went 6, followed by Ari and Raven, who were trying to figure out what these void events were. The void black hole. Nadia was selfishly able to gain by herself. I don't know that.
Girl power.
I
was paying attention. I heard what you said.
Fallon and Soul went to engage one of the attacking here. All the other. Kildrick shattered a planet with god power. Raven
hear that?
turned into a giant
Just want to make sure everybody heard that.
And Bat kicked Ari into a planet to destroy it. Grim threw mountains at 2 planets to destroy them. All 5 of them.
Didn't Grim get a third?
No, I caused one to go into a dimension and never come back.
That was right. Good job, Fallon. Fallon out.
Okay.
But the one that Ari destroyed, the last one that Grim destroyed, a wave of horns descended upon Asha from the exploding planet. But Solmaru Mask was able to blot out not blot out the sun, but basically sun. Is that what we're calling it?
An eclipse.
Is it an eclipse?
That's what he was called it.
Asking him.
Black hole sun?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Would you come?
How would you describe it?
I would say it was very much like an eclipse. Yeah, just shrouding like a sun, but just like a lens.
I like how Chaos has a better recap when she's not here. Like she knows everything that's going on versus when she's been in every one of those sessions.
Watching like 20 minutes ago.
It's called dedicated viewership.
Yeah. So yes. And Shrek, Steve went to help Shrek combat Ravanagon, and Shrek had unloaded entire god power onto weaken. Did Soul's Eclipse has weakened any threatened Asha, so the Hornets right now are pretty much like a be without a sun. They left them at the moment, and it is pretty much the long. Sound about right for everybody? Chaos?
Yep.
Is that right?
All the planets.
That's what I remember.
Well, the planets are done. So the only things you guys have left to deal with are 2 black holes, 3 elementals.
Tsunami.
Forgot about that. Nobody was dealing. Oh yeah, the tsunami is hitting this turn.
It was 2 turns away, but yeah.
Did we deal with all of the werewolf things?
I thought the black holes were going to consume in 2 turns, and the tsunami was going to be this turn.
You'll see, Grim. There you go. I was going to let Grim have it.
I could have heard wrong, though.
We'll go with yours. Go. Yeah, so you had black holes.
I thought they were all 2, because I was like, oh my god, they're all hitting at once.
I tried to stagger them a little. Nami is hitting this turn. 2 black holes will, because they grow every turn, grow past the point of attainment of the track fighting. For all Jason greatest celestial campaign has.
Yes.
Well, at least we can definitely say she is an ass kicker.
Yeah.
So that will bring us to.
Who am I hearing myself through?
I think it was Dustin.
Grim?
Dustin, why am I
Yeah,
picking up
oh,
so
Dustin,
loud on your
yeah.
microphone?
Who else would it be?
Well, I didn't know if like sometimes I come through on Death if he's not a push to talk. It's like speech jammer.
I can, if you think it'll make it I better, love I'll it. go and push to talk. I don't mind.
No, I think it's just Dustin's.
It is Dustin. I can see. Way to go, Dustin.
Yeah.
Rude.
Start of the round. We have. Oh yeah, that's right. And Steve had encased, used his god power to create a swamp and encase Monogon in giant, vinish tree stalk.
Yeah.
I believe it was the Cypress.
No, I believe.
Cypress.
So we start off with Shrek.
Without hesitation, I plunge into the cage and proceed to unleash as many attacks as I can possibly hit the sumbitch with.
Okay, since we're already at Ramona.
And right, I'm going to use the ring Ari gave me and go for 3. So I'm going to do 2, and then I'm going to do a third one.
Ari's ring is conveniently broken.
Yeah. You're
Ooh.
shit.
I just saw a nat 20 in there.
No, you didn't. Chaos will tell us all about it afterwards.
After everything's said and done, then she will. Thank you.
And now I'm going to use Ari's ring. Yeah, that probably.
That's all right.
What the hell are you?
Something's a plus 31 on that.
Yeah, I have plus 31 to hit.
That's so you are bashing into this, and
that's not being boosted by God stats. That's just how awesome Shrek is.
Your first swipe is cutting through almost like water. You can feel some resistance, and Q is just coming off of these strikes, and you feel the energy weapon coursing on every time. And then the second swipe, it gets a little harder. It's almost like cutting through wood. And the third one clanks hard. You chop into it like stone, and you feel that soul is stronger, physical. Second, even though you're weakening him.
I yell outside. I yell as loud as I can to the wardens to strengthen the tree.
Well, you can see that the people who are energy up at him, as it's not stopping him, pulling from them.
Right, so I already yelled for them to stop. Now I'm trying to get them to focus that magic instead of on him, on the tree.
You can see that it does not look like they're doing this is happening against their will. Is pulling it from them. They are no longer stuck.
Can I interpose myself in that stream?
On your next turn, yeah.
That's what I intend to do then.
Like siphoning gas.
I wish Basket was. I had something.
We all wish Basket
For the
was
record,
here.
I messaged him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
Steve is concentrating his energy. Cage. Sorry.
Ari's still coming down from the planets, yeah?
Yes, and you have free reign of where ricochet off this planet. Course of you
Yep, that's a new saying.
Force of Raven's ass.
Mhm.
Raven's ass has gifted you exceptional.
We need Force of Raven's ass on a t-shirt. Go for the tsunami.
What did you take away from the end of the awakening? Raven's ass is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And little do they know if we're talking about the ass or the ass.
Ronagon gave her an ass licking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reached. I shouldn't
You just took one little step over that
well,
line.
I'm trying to give Ari enough time to figure out what he wants.
Nothing but net.
Go for the tsunami.
Oh yeah, Allie's on.
Ari's gonna go for the tsunami.
Wow, way to
Cool.
Well, I was gonna ask you if it was the tsunami or the elemental that came next.
Came next. You would know that the elementals.
Well, to be quite honest, I don't think Ari's quite equipped to handle a tsunami. He'll launch himself at the elemental.
So you have two by themselves, and Alan Soul fighting it.
I will tackle the one near Truxton. That's the Earswood.
Through you guys see a guy.
And then he just textbook tackles an elemental.
So how
RKO out of nowhere.
So describe this coming through the atmosphere at this. You can see that this town is pretty bad shape. There's no walls. It looks like a coastal farm town. Fields are all on fire, floating out in the ocean, running surrounded on fires. Elvins.
So I think Ari is going to aim himself like directly right into the middle of the chest of this elemental.
Okay.
And while coming down, he is going to do a free action and chug a potion paste.
Okay. Oh, it's smash into this. Falling. Well, you're feather falling in, or are you crashing it?
Crashing. Because I don't think a feather falling in would do shit. A ping off its chest.
Ping, 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 ping.
So 4d20.
I think yeah, 4d20.
No, I asked if it was 40. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Fine, I can barely hear you. So this. Okay. Go ahead and make attacks.
I think his webcam was picking him up. I think that's what the problem was. And why we have speech jammer going on over here.
That and our Discord is like really low connectivity.
Way better.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Way better? Okay. Alright, I unplugged it. Okay, so Ari gets 4 attacks on this bitch.
Ooh.
Light him up.
I'm on fire.
Love that he's got my back with that.
It's definitely an overlooked song. I don't hear a lot of
Only
people
you had a
listen to it.
plus 31 to hit.
Yeah, well, not everybody can be me.
Yeah, our internet's taking a dump on us.
Uh-oh.
Alright, so
Those ones, and then the last hit.
It's looking like damage rolls so
we
far.
got
Yeah.
19, 14, 17.
can't,
I'm trying to math here.
47 plus 19.
50 damage.
What? Gotta be more than that.
50
Have
damage
50 damage?
on 3 hits. So I got a
Got 14, 33, and 19. That's 47 plus 19. 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus your 28 or plus your 90.
Look at you go.
Right.
Yeah, he shouldn't have resisted attacks because this thing has your focus. Smash into chest and stratosphere chunks of the body.
Taking Meteor Hammer to a new level.
So what is he seeing?
What we're attacking the
Elemental. Elemental you're attacking. What around him?
yeah. I am trying to get behind him.
Right. Oh, you know what? Not that
Yeah.
hard. Not that hard. I sold.
Mm-hmm.
My fault.
It's alright, no worries.
I took 14 damage? Oh. How'd you resist it?
Magic.
Partially?
Maybe is that because of the thing that you have on there?
No, he just got it. So if you already absorbed it, good. Did it up? Does with some arm was Ryan. Sorry.
Ooh.
Oof.
Oof.
So Shrek, are you standing on his head? Are you looking down at his eyes, or what?
So I'm probably standing right about head level.
Okay.
And I'm like, basically, he'd be dripping chunks of that stuff all over the place because I've fucked him up.
Okay. So you're going to eyes start to form, except they're going to be black holes start to form. slime sludge dripping out of it. It's the ground. It just starts burning straight through. Whole body begins to vibrate. Arms flexing, body pull, trying to like Jedi force hold this place.
What time?
Thanks to Soul.
Tiny island. So everything's good here. I thought she kicked him and we were good. We're leaving, right?
I don't know. It's your turn. What do you do? Counter on the ass?
No. No, I'm sorry. I was dealing with your baby mama drama. Did Dustin stop the planet?
Yes.
Yes.
Not only did he explode it, but it
All
released
plants
a
are taken care of.
I'm sorry. She's over here asking for explicit things about what happened because he's lying about his side of the story. So anyway, well, if they have that all handled and the black holes are done, correct? That was only one.
No.
Well, did Dustin or Ari, is there another place that you guys would like to go to? Oh God, did Ari explode? Or did you say he exploded with the planet?
So Ari went and was fighting an elemental on the other side of
Oh.
the planet.
Okay.
It's just you and
Raven, I hear that. Can you chill out? Raven, is there a specific place you'd like to go to, or do you just want like? Because I know you can fast travel and not kick as a donkey. Don't kick me.
Raven is just going to say "ee-aw" and kind of shrug.
I can
Still a donkey.
I can talk to animals.
Oh,
She says in
okay, so
English.
the tsunami's still.
Yeah. What did you say?
The tsunami's done, right?
The tsunami's done, Bill? DM? No? Where is it happening at?
Where the T is on the map.
You wanna go deal with the tsunami? We could probably get there before anybody stops it.
Yeah. Maybe. Take me with you.
Author.
What the hell? How did that happen?
I sense my presence needed.
There we go. I'm just gonna go. Hi, oh Silver.
Because
Whee!
Raven is
This is
a
where she
warden
kicks you.
and not a dumb god. She really threw Asha without expense. Raven. So what is the scene? Is
Recognize that ass anywhere.
So what?
I
How are you?
totally saw it go by.
Yeah, how are you running across the planet, Raven? What does it look
With me on her back.
like? What does that look like?
Yes. Normally like picture a unicorn that's like traveling over a rainbow, but I'm a donkey, so I'm just like traveling over like potato fields that are sprouting in front of me, leaping my
As
way
she
across the
goes, you
planet.
hear "Ass ahoy!"
Ee-aw, ee-aw.
Welcome, Basket.
It's about damn time.
Basket, I want your telephone number so I can yell at you directly.
Reaching elegant celestial mule as trouncing over the ocean. When you guys run
You
across
sound
there,
off,
you can
Bill.
see.
Yeah,
You're off.
You're muted.
I think you're
It's alright.
I thought it was me talking. You will see that donkey skittering across the ocean. All of you will see the water between Iridia and at some point waves pulled all the way back to trying to some type of sand dune around. Understanding the signs of a bunch of tribal wars. Basically, Rack's kinsmen. Island. That black mist shroud that was covering the island is.
I do.
And you see, and we're talking maybe 200 just on the side of the trying to barricade stalwart and not look like trying to run solemn protect this. Spartans. Guys are soldiers finding the waves starting to pressure.
I can talk rude to it, but that's not going to help. Don't you have some like plant growth type thingy maybe we could use?
I
Something?
think so. Give me a second. Let me check and see what I have prepared.
I don't think that's going to help. Thanks, though, Dustin.
I got speak with plants. Got that armed and ready. Yeah.
Just hearing the plants scream as they hear a tsunami coming.
Yeah. How about and I got tree shape. You want to look like a tree?
Nope. Nope, I don't think that's gonna help.
Make like a tree and run?
Yeah.
As somebody who has accidentally started a tsunami, I'm gonna say the plan ain't gonna help.
I have control winds. I could try to blow like the wind back out into the ocean, but I mean, I'm sure it's gonna fuck up somewhere else. But I mean, I could try.
But it ain't here.
I mean, the only thing I can do is I can shoot it with an arrow. That's not going to help. I don't have the dick stick anymore, so I can't use that. Because I never knew what it did.
The what?
The dick stick.
I definitely missed out on that.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
It was a lipstick with a flame decal, and it was very phallic
Oh.
and magenta colored. But I threw it at somebody because I couldn't figure out how to use it, and I never got it back. I have these little red rocks that I picked up in Glacier. Can I do a quick check on them and see if they would do something that could be helpful? I don't think I can make the water think that there's a wall here, so I don't think that's gonna help. I got nothing.
How many miles? Like how fast is this traveling?
So fill in the water recess.
Let's see it. The water's pulled
Yeah,
back.
okay.
I can feel it building out in.
I see.
I mean, the only thing I can think that I can do is I can try using one of my god powers and using it towards control winds and trying to just like, from what I read on here, do like a downdraft blow from the center and outward in equal strength in all directions. So try to like, no, stop it.
That'll be a no.
Yeah. That's enough. You silly wave.
Knock your shit off.
Yeah.
So
I'm the god of nature. I mean, technically, can't I just control the water? I'm gonna try to do that Can I just? I'm just gonna like step out where like it's wet and like how many god powers are you gonna make me use to control that water? That's a fucking dick move. 5.
Yeah.
I have 5 left.
Uh,
I have 6 left.
5.
No!
You want to fuck around and find out?
Fine, I'll use 3. I'll use 3 to walk out there. And what do I have to roll? My thing plus.
So it's not started yet, so really you don't really have to roll anything.
Okay.
Waves aren't formed.
But it's for me.
Right, but it's not. There's no force coming towards.
So what you're saying, I can just like tell it to calm and go back?
I would think so.
All right. Well, you see me like walk out, not to where I'm gonna drown, but like walk out a little bit.
But if the water's all the way back, I mean, it's
I know.
miles and miles away.
I understand. I just the earth is wet there from where the water is. I'm trying to paint a picture here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were trying not to drown. I'm sorry.
I meant when the water came
Go
back
ahead.
to normal. I didn't want to be like, oh,
You shall not.
yeah, exactly. I
Don't worry,
So, like-
it's Drax's fault.
yeah. I like.
Every gravestone we'll have has that at the end.
I like put my feet down and I like digging them in to make sure I can feel the water. And you see me just like put my arms out and take a deep breath. And I'm just like calm. I'm trying to calm the water so it will not continue this, like cease this hurt or the tsunami with my 3 god powers.
And to try to help her, I'm gonna wild shape back out, or like come back out of my donkey form, and using whatever fucking warden power I have, I'm gonna like create a giant straw and start sucking to like try to bring the water back. That's my help action.
Give me a con save.
Oh god.
Or fortitude.
I love these
Fortitude.
cartoon-like abilities.
Fortitude.
I'm not useful. I'm so sorry. I try. Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Not one. It's just all sand.
What form are you taking?
Human. Just me.
So you, Nadia, while you're channeling this and preparing, you see Raven pull out the straw and paint the scene.
I want to imagine it just looks like a big, really nice bendy straw, but it's really, 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 really long. And she just like flips it out, like flops it into the abyss of where the ocean should be, and just starts sucking.
Oh my god.
Last she used her ass, and now she uses her mouth.
Yep.
And-
I got nothing else, so.
you suck. And
You never
suck
go ass to
and
mouth.
Suck.
You want to talk about a salty surprise?
And you can see this curly bendy straw filling up in your lung. You can, Nadia, you see Raven's body grow. Not crazy big, but big. You can see that the water is filling her up. She almost looks like turning into a round ball. And you've soaked up enough with a 13 to deal 3 times 3 d20s worth of damage of water, like water, like a jet stream of water at something.
Oh.
Oh.
You're a blowfish.
I'm now a blowfish. And as I'm doing this and I'm like expanding, I just look at Nadia and give her a thumbs up. This is fine.
To be fair, Grim was just gonna pee at the tsunami, so
I'm just imagining that bloatfish meme where it like bites the carrot and it's just like, oh, after.
Oh god.
I like a picture of the little girl on Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I didn't want to say it without saying, but yeah. So you are still able to teleport. You now are able to do 3 20s water damage or blastoids at something.
Yeah.
Which will bring up. So the tsunami is dealt with. Good, because which will bring up for Callie, who's been surprisingly quiet all of this.
I am going to teleport myself to Griffin Falls to
That
deal
is
with the
gonna
black hole there.
That is going to be a god power, my friend.
Okay.
And when you get there, this black hole is formed on the temple of not God nuts or Serenay. Yeah, no, right? God, no, God's name now.
Saren,
My
right?
God.
No, Shaylin. And that
okay.
temple is gone. The water is from the falls is pouring into this black hole, and you can see that it's growing. And if this thing keeps growing, it's growing every second. It just gets a little bit bigger, growing feet at a time. In 2 turns, this will be big enough to completely envelop all of Griffin Falls, and probably extend into Carlon. So to expend God power and roll black hole.
Okay. I'm gonna roll first. God
Or
power.
evacuate all those people.
Yeah, but then Carlon still takes the hit.
And what Carlon ever done?
Well, have they ever done anything to me? Right. So I'm going to use the God power to try and contain this black hole.
So because this is on its the second round of it out, it's do that in your God stat roll.
Okay. Let's see. God stat is int. Not terrible.
Will close.
I
I thought
just
I thought a
stab
15
my scimitar down.
I thought a 15 would have been rough. But that's fine. Lawrence was yeah.
I just want to destroy the world, damn it!
So it collapses in on itself and blips out, and now you just have this gigantic hole where the Temple of Shaylin, water pouring out into the from. So not a whole lot of trouble.
Fantastic. All right.
Bring up well, that'll bring up Steve.
Okay, cool.
So Steve, I don't know if you hear what happened on Shrek's turn.
No.
So Shrek, Ravanagon tried to escape your prison. Shrek landed close. Seen it. Every time Shrek hit Ravanagon, like the first time he swiped through, the second time he did again, but it was a lot harder for him to do. All like goo flipping, pushing out of him. And the third time he hit, you heard the clang, and it hit like he was hitting solid. I said brick, but it'd be like solid steel. Tell that the skull is gaining permanence. But I said you were sitting there concentrating on Cage. But what would?
Okay, so we can see the other gods surrounding Ravanagon, correct?
Yeah, so they are channeling their energy at him, but you can tell that it's going. He's pulling it from them. They're not in control of power.
Are they suspended in anything, or they're just there?
You can feel their life force being drained.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Can I expel a god power to send one of them away? Neither is teleportation, but you gave that to us.
Well, yeah, because you got to get around.
Right. So can I not grab one of them and poof out?
Different. Yeah, you could go up to them and try that.
Like taking one of the batteries out of the remote so it doesn't work anymore.
I don't like how he said that.
So which one are you picking? You have each of the old heralds and the three of the new gods that you. Serenay, I'm sorry, 4 gods. Serenay, Huron, Radigan, and guy that Tom hates. Top of my head. Auckland, yeah.
Awkward.
So the goddess that saved my Trugan's wife, she's not there. That's who I'm grabbing.
Can you go to touch 1 second?
I think you meant save Trugan's wife, not Steve's wife.
Right. That's why I corrected myself.
Gotcha.
Have tried to defend life. Sorry.
It's alright, no worries.
Yes, we've tried to defend life, blah, 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 blah.
Like, we've heard this before.
Hey, Shrek, smack him again, the record's skipping.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm jumping between. Tsunami was at the top of my page. Crack fight was at the bottom. I'm sorry. Organa fight was at the bottom. Their souls are not. But send them, friend. And you souls of the gods in the top. You see souls rip body spikes. Goes to that Shrek. Trying to interact with souls of gods.
Wait, he's trying to hurt me with these souls, or he's trying to help me with these souls?
Well, I don't think Ravanagon would try to help you at all.
Why not?
Well, I mean, his idea of help is probably completely different than
pull one of these guys off and let Shrek take the soul hits. Deal with the souls.
I'll deal with the soul trying to hit Shrek.
So you see gods, ghostly figures of the soul rip from their body and turn into the colors of. Start to fly around a little bit before turn crystalline. Shrek, jumping in the way of them.
Steve is jumping in the way.
Both. While one knock you. So one of these.
Oh no, I'm much lower. I'm much lower than that.
Now you're 20. I'm sorry, you have 55 damage. So one of these knock you 1 health. Describe how you're jumping. Track cannot see anything.
So when Steve goes to grab one of them, and he notices these shards are coming at Shrek, he's literally just going to say "fuck it" and just leap in the way.
As soon as you get in front of one, you feel it pull into your body, and your entire body feels glass is just lacerating. Can't see any lacerations on. Blood just starts pouring out of the hands, dripping down from your eyes, and
it's coming out of your blood
everywhere. Fall down on the ground. Second one turns away from Shrek and comes down at you. See the soul of this other god. Probably.
Steve's just going to look over at Shrek and just be like, "Give him hell." and take it with arms wide open.
Crystalline soul comes right at you. Gets face, it gets batted away by a wood staff. Above you,
Trugan.
I don't know.
Thanks, buddy. uh, just gonna lay here for a moment, if you don't mind.
Definitely drink into that one.
Ribbit.
Leon. Now remember, Trugan have all of true god power.
Yes. So Trugan, as warden power, as with his warden powers, does Nerd's god still exist? Okay. He's gonna look at Steve. He's like, "I like your idea, but we have one better." And he is going to tap into Nerd's celestial creation and literally create a celestial cage for Ravanagon. Okay.
Describe this cage.
So it's going to tap into the dark energy from from old boy, the one that Trugan kind of bonded with for a bit, and it's going to have like it's going to be silver with like black streaks going around it, kind of mixed with the celestial and the necrotic energy, and it literally just looks like a big ass bird cage.
Crystals that the gods reside in, that as they break open off into.
So there is still 2 elementals and 1 black hole yet, right?
Vision.
Really quickly, when is my turn after this? So do I have time to pee? Okay, I will be back.
Sorry.
Watch out, another
Yeah,
tsunami's coming now.
So this is how Grim
Prepare that
counters the tsunami.
I've already played that game.
So then my follow-up then is, what is next up in the order? Is it a elemental or a black hole? Okay, then
I think all the black hole.
and how many god powers or god points do I get? I used 3 last time on the planet,
Power.
which is charisma. Can you check that real quick? I have a gift from you.
15.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's my modifier.
Plus 15. Did I let you guys get that crazy?
No.
No.
No. How did you get? Yeah, there's no. I don't know how you got a.
For my charisma modifier?
Yeah. You got a 40 to charisma.
That's not right.
So.
It's just because he's so awesome, you know? Like,
should have
Keep going.
20. I have 3.
Cool. All right, then I am going to. How much did it cost previously to close an elemental?
Oh, it's close an elemental or close a void.
Close a void.
So it was 2 points to close, 1 travel.
All right, we'll use burn all last 3.
Right. Pull up in the Spear's Glade in front of that bramble wall that is got a huge hole inside of it. You're actually grove where that purple flower was.
Yeah, and that the wall guardian kicked somebody's ass who was trying to climb. I think it was Zane.
I think it was you and Raven.
Oh, that doesn't sound right.
We wouldn't. No, we wouldn't do something like that.
Roll here. Son of a bitch.
Tsunami is taken care of.
You roll a 20. That will
drain the sea monster.
Close that void, baby.
So I'm kind of upset. I didn't want to make the check too high, just to give you guys an idea. So it was 10 for the first tick, 15 for the second, 20 for the third, and it failed the third check. Then the whole band, and the only way it was going to be killed is if sacrifice just.
Oh, my opportunity!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right,
He was taken from me.
And Lauren hit a 10 out of the gate on the first round. And then all you suck. So
I'm a little bitch is what we all just heard.
You are out of charges or stranded.
Yep, I'm done.
Fallon.
All right, I am going to. Attack again, I guess. So, what else am I going to do?
Whatever you want. God.
Embrace the godness.
I'm out of God points, though.
Oh. Then just fuck his shit up.
Yep.
You are also buffed by me.
Listen.
Now we got to decide if it's a good idea or a bad idea to open a third moonshine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that's a resounding good idea. All right, thank you.
Yes.
Being buffed through soul, I would say probably gonna.
Okay.
Brew mixers, I'm just gonna drink it.
How come you're not using the Tier Luna? Curious.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know what that's better than.
Yeah.
All right. Start chopping away at this. And every time you hit it, the lights dim. Eyes is. Legs are. Massive cloud of clouds starting to start to see. Day or.
I'm just battling this thing out.
Okay. I think I'm gonna help Fallon wail on this thing, just so that we can take it out. Once that menu actually lets me. There we go. Okay. Why'd that roll that again?
I don't know, but you have 3.
Okay. Because I was like, I threw the D6s and then it turned into a D20. Okay, so that's for both of them, or is that just one?
Hit on all 3 attacks.
Okay.
Rolling on the.
Yeah. That's really weird.
Calculating.
For a
Nice.
second, I thought I was rolling it on Thalon. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, sorry about that. Just said well in the back of your head.
So this thing starts to get unstable, and you can see his lightning arcing around as you're ducking, dodging.
I'm lost. What are they finishing?
Just trade places. I would say I would try to just like get Thalon back out of there.
Right.
But like looking at him in a way to let him know like where are we going from here.
I would just slice it as much as I can, and once it's gone, head somewhere else.
All right, understood.
Make sure that actually make sure the people around here are okay for now.
Primarily down left of the guys came out to the horse.
Gotcha. Can we just tell where the next, bad guy is?
Yeah, you can definitely feel one weakened presence. Ruxton. Back in the.
Guess we'll head to the compendium. I love that place.
Love it.
You also feel Ravanagon. Dangerous.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Better
So
go heal
I
him.
guess after you do your slash, I will just leap from the ground, grip onto you, and expend a god point to teleport us to the compendium.
Okay.
And who's at the compendium?
That is the other.
Okay, so we got elemental. And what else? Just oh crap.
Ravanagon.
That one. That's it?
Yep, that's.
Okay. I am gonna use my ring and switch places with basket that was down to 1 point of health. So I'm right in front of Ravanagon.
Alright, so you swap places with awesome. Okay.
And then I am going to hit him with everything I've got.
I hate this goddamn ring. I hate this. Oh my god.
What map do I need to be on so I can roll on Ravanagon?
This is the soul altar.
Yeah. I just look at Ravanagon. I'm like, dude, you're in deep shit. You should have given this.
I love that hero moment. It could have either been Trugan or it could have just been soon as Steve went to 1 HP. Oh man, Grim just showing up, stopping whatever that soul was going to do. It's been amazing. Right?
And I'd like to remember that I instantly appear, and I'm still the 240 foot tall. And then I hit him.
Yeah, so you are eye level with Ravanagon. That 32 will hit with the celestial cage and black hole sun. Go ahead and take shots. All right. Rack.
That's good.
Rack, you are blown out of the way from the force of Grim strikes. The clanks into Ravanagon. What does this look like as you're cracking into the soul?
As I land the big 240 foot self, my weapon has grown too. So you see the giant obsidian 8-bladed axe just swing in, and as it hits him up, I hit him back down and then back up again. and then just let him fall in pieces.
I like it.
Breaks off, you can see the ghostly image soul still there. So you're breaking off physical chunks, and its actual soul stuck in this cage. Shrek is blown away. Krugen's probably blown away for the force that he strikes. Not terribly far, but Shrek was up in the air flying. If everybody wants to teleport here now, they can, or you can still tell them as want to teleport back.
Does the elemental dissipate, or
yeah, actually powered by tell the elemental.
Okay.
Sorry, the one starts clouds start vaporizing.
we get to the compendium, we're about to attack, and it just disappears, and everybody cheers for us?
I don't want to scare the shit out of my wife, but I'll also do one of those intimidating yells as I come out.
Oh, Kildrick lost his daredevil powers.
Well, he. So yes, you guys will see the old heralds basically shriveled, aged, tremendous gods that were here shattered. Above you guys is the cage that Basket described with floating ethereal skull that is slowly condensing, and see a body start to form out of the skull, start to gain skin in certain spots. It starts to look like like the hair starting to come out of his patchy spots, saggy skin, bone across his face.
Is it that pervert that was on the boat?
No, so Shrek had a. I believe most of you guys encountered this person at the back. This is the man who talked to you, Vanagon, actual crazy that and you see him stuck in this cage lower down. That head. We'll just have this ghostly form cage. You can see fading in and out of existence.
Without hesitation or a word said, I shoot directly into the cage, rip his fucking head off, and drink his soul.
The fuck?
It's a ghost, so your hand goes right through his head, and you actually bounce into the cage, powered by Basket, by Trugan. And as soon as you smash against it, the old man shudders and puts his hands up and says, Please, you have released me from the confines of the beast. I am already withered, spirit gone. Ended, Egg. You still need. One of you will have mental. this task I thought I could trust to you. Raid.
How exactly am I responsible for that?
Because had a private audience with you and asked if you would take his power and be his avatar, and you took it and immediately signed up to get in that cage in Nil Shadar and lost his spirit. So you essentially caused his spirit to be released. And I don't know that everybody was privy to that conversation. Talked about to any. Ravanagon approached Death and asked him to avatar. Oh wait, up. So Ravanagon clicks it. He sees Ricali and he says, "And I have forgot that I have art." But yeah, Shrek, you had the spirit of Ravanagon on and hunger. So went into that crystal, lost the spirit, then you lost your body.
Like I said, I at the time I was completely convinced that that was the last crystal I needed, and that was my ascension.
Well, you already had that crystal, so that's again.
Yeah,
but
well,
but you were
mistakes were made.
That's fine. Yeah, so he looks to you, Ricali. Uphold.
Yes.
Oh.
And null his spirit, and there never needs to be awakening. Let chaos take his spirit. Time will have to start like gods before.
What happens if we null his existence?
Then life would go on forever. Gets destroyed.
Essentially, you'd be removing the reset button.
Yep.
I think this existence has known many resets. It's never known a Huh?
This is the reset. So you guys were reset. This is like the next iteration. So,
but how many resets happened before us, right?
Like astronomical amounts, because this process once
a Googleplex.
Yeah, right. Once the world gets to a certain point, Ravanagon comes, that's it. Except the issue was that Ravanagon didn't want to reset. He didn't give up his power, so he made himself immortal, truly immortal. The problem with that was you create a void that can't be destroyed. It just destroys everything, and it can never be restarted. Why it's all happening? That was the lore from way back in the beginning. That this was
right.
Yeah.
Does she have to be trapped somewhere if she does this?
No. She will just, unless she gets greedy, but that's up to her. He got greedy and did something he shouldn't have done. And because of it, this is what happened. This happened.
So as long as I don't get greedy, the cycle will be as it's supposed to.
Yes. You will eventually have to end.
Reset.
You guys would be the new gods in that reset because you were gods, but after reset, you guys would have to fire not one of those time.
I feel like
so what you're saying is campaign part 2.
Yeah,
right. I feel like
yourself as gods. Go ahead.
I feel like the Eternals.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
All right, Nate, go ahead.
I'm not original, Tom. If you thought I was original at this point, you're really go ahead, Nate.
Nate. There we go.
I know. Nate, I'm gonna...
Oh my. It's
Go
all right.
ahead,
No
Nate.
worries. I feel. I feel like I can't let Ricali do this. I feel like that's how he would kind of look over and seeing her go through all of this and just accepting that and knowing that he was the cataclysm for Nil Shadar long ago. That he knows the weight this carries. I can't let you do that.
Why not? Somebody needs to be here to give it a restart and judge when it is time for that to happen.
I have nothing here, Ricali.
Then
I
it's
will
time
have
you...
no.
Then you must find your new place here on Asha and
My
in the
new
realms.
place was denying that I was a hell for another place. Where I am, standing here fighting in the Defiance alongside all of you, was the most I've ever been alive.
Then you should
You
continue to find yourself.
I think at this moment he would just look at the shadows and look into everybody's eyes that, you know, Thalon is seeing vision of what he's seen of Lumos, but looking at Raven and her seeing that ent, like, amalgamation. I have nothing here. I am a vision of what you all wanted me to be.
So you want to take Ricali's place?
This place does deserve a time to reset. But all of you have a better judgment of what needs to happen here. I have no qualms with this world. My world is gone.
And
Everything
perhaps that is
physical.
what we need acting in this world as an outside perspective.
Now, let's discuss things here. All right, like, what if there was no reset? What if we allowed people just to continue on?
Then if they
Then
destroy
it,
themselves, they destroy themselves and there's no coming back from that.
or the whole.
Right.
I
So,
assumed it means the entire thing implodes, not just them. Like the entire existence would implode if we don't do the reset.
Yes.
Right, but we are gods, right? So from us came everything that exists, whether it was us now or our predecessors. If they created it once, we could create it again.
On
It shouldn't be
this
outside our
plane, Shrax, your followers is what gives you your power.
Yeah, if they
you
all
lose all of
die,
that, you have nothing.
if they all die, then we won't have anything, and then if the existence dies, then so would all of us. So eventually, it would seem like many lifetimes for them, but it's not going to seem that long for us because we're gods. And then all of a sudden, we won't be able to stop it, and we'll all die.
Perhaps to enjoy life is for it to end. Grim would rather life end than lose thoughts of family.
But with the reset, Grimash, you would see your family again.
But I
New
would not
cycle.
know them.
You
He
could
said
meet
my
them all over
memory
again.
would end.
Yes, but you would get to meet them and get to know them all over again, making new memories with your new family.
If anything,
Won't
they
be
become
same.
descendants of you.
And I also assume, correct me if I'm wrong, DM, that when you say reset, are you saying that these same people on the earth are born again and start all over? No, we're just continuing it on.
Yes.
Right. We are the only ones who reset. Really. Everybody else just gets to keep on living and dying. So you're not really stopping death from happening. What you're stopping is us. So I feel like letting it all die off and letting existence explode is a really selfish ploy for us to pick because we don't want to have to do our job. That's just my personal take on it. I feel like fucking up the entire existence simply because we don't want to deal with losing memories and gaining them back is kind of fucked, in my personal opinion.
It means we must lose everything physical.
Y'all are like doing this right now, right? Because like, I have a daughter, still a baby.
Jurgen, I'm trying to make sure that she can live her life to the fullest and you can live your life with your wife and you guys don't have to worry about this shit because you shouldn't. You guys should live your lives. We are gods and it is our job to take a hold. Hold on a second. Bill's telling me to mute for a second. You're a piece of shit. And you're a warden. You won't come back anyway. There you go.
I was thinking.
And I'm perfectly fine with that. It's just I would like to see my daughter,
exactly,
become an adult and live her life. So her.
This is someone taking that throne.
Later, way later.
Well, this Trugan having a
Grim
legit
didn't
concern.
understand that either.
This is Trugan just having a legit concern. Like, you're going to take up the mantle and just do a total reset right now and hold the fuck up, pump the brakes.
No.
That at some point it's going to have to happen, or it won't happen. And yeah.
And you don't have, again, you won't be affected, and neither will Raven, because you guys are not gods.
Question.
Right.
Bill wants me to put in that you're just wardens, so you guys won't have to worry about that.
Here's my question. What happens to demigods?
Oh God, are you really concerned about Kildrick? He'll half be aware of what happened, he half won't. No, I'm just kidding.
Not at all.
Is he?
Whoa, yes.
I have a girl I'm trying to get back to.
Oh.
And make a whole plan.
Demigod. Remember, she gave up her powers to.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll make you a
Yikes.
So to answer that question, stones are still alive, so you guys essentially could make new gods, or people could find those gods. So
See?
gods would move on, demigods would not.
And one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that vampire fuck at?
Yeah.
They're all dead. Auckland, Radigan, Serenay, they're all gone. Black Crystal.
Sorrows.
No, the one that wanted to fight Shrek whenever we were at Zix.
Huron. He got, so what you guys didn't know that they got rounded up and used batteries with the heralds. Basically rapping, trying to do it. Gods that you guys had met. I brought this up as we're doing. Trapped in Black Crystal. Save Seriana. Wait, you saved Seriana. Because you guys had saved Seriana, that she was. Seriana's still. But yeah, they were in by the.
I was just showing concern about the vampire dude who drank all the dwarves but left my wife alone.
Once you shattered that connection from Ryan to the.
Okay.
Oh, that's too bad.
Auckland, no.
Yeah, any interaction with them was going. The only thing that could have gotten them out, soul hours, nothing. Battery. Back to that.
I stand by what I said. I think when you become a god, you sacrifice a lot of shit and to have a lot of shit. And I don't know. I feel like if all we have to do is go through forgetting each other and then we get to grow and learn and become friends again, I'll do it to make sure that existence can stay.
As long as y'all aren't doing it within the next, 30 years, it'll be all right. You have my blessing.
This is not the coming of 30 years.
Still people?
Well, again, Trugan, you wouldn't be affected by the reset. You won't even know it's happening. We will.
Right,
so even if the
but
It could be several aeons, millennia.
But my family and I would just disappear.
Yeah, as you bury yourselves from old age.
That's all I ask.
Well, Sal was just talking.
Raven's still got a mouthful of water from the ocean.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a blowfish.
And Grim. God. Grim
Just
similar
spray it
line,
all.
yeah.
Spray it all in Grim.
I'm sorry.
So at this point, Recali is just going to kind of walk up to the giant bird cage that was described as encompassing the little shadow thing and open it up to take up that mantle.
Better. Dust.
Judgment and community should never be selfish, but they should be just. Hopefully, I can bring the right judgment.
Face. Here it starts to. Guys, alley glow, dark orb side of her, and her body starts to turn black, light, and stars start to side of the effigy. Slowly, her original body starts to come back through. Sense that feeling of ultimate dread come from the body of Recali. Shrek is probably jealous.
It doesn't have to be this way, Kelly.
You know me too well, Bill.
What's done is done.
You know, without me saying a word, you know exactly what I was going to do.
You don't have to do it alone.
And you don't need to do it a second time.
Oh, that's
Now
probably
you get to live a life free to make your own choices.
Trust me, I was going to do that anyway, but I do appreciate the help from everyone. Steve especially.
She's not talking to you.
Grim also. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming around, coming to help. Because I wasn't sure how this was going to go down. Come on.
Grim love his ring.
Love mine too.
By the way, where is Steve?
Having body tended to.
Laying in his own urine.
Sorry about that.
You guys can sense general state of Asha starting to calm down. The amount of life that had been lost was about a third of the living people in Asha have been slaughtered by the events. Not too bad.
All things considered, that's not terrible.
No. You guys had 2 ticks of damage. So, about a third. I figured it would take 6 to guys with third of like.
Ain't bad.
Timmy's still running around on Sarah in the forest somewhere.
Hell yes.
Where's my dad?
Nobody's
Daddy!
Well, son,
Daddy,
this
get
is,
the
It just
ship.
keeps running, Daddy!
this is the end of life, son. See ya.
Yeah.
That was one of the best things ever.
Oh, shit!
I can't bear to see you die. Get away from
So
me.
I won't.
He's not with Sarah, he's just what drags the sun across the horizon.
Oh,
Sarah, use your horn.
Daddy, it ran me right past somebody drinking a lot of the sea. Daddy.
You're right. Hildrick, you will feel your wife though. You will feel her presence,
Oh God.
Erica.
Oh, my God! I zip zap myself and Dimmy and Sarah there.
Oh, all right. So Kildrick's out.
Goodbye.
I'll
We
hold.
haven't
I'll
left
hold my
any
shock.
room being rid of.
Just meeting you guys back at home. Calm down.
All right.
What happens next? Stay here.
Does Ricali? So Ricali can still like be around us and live her life. She doesn't have to like go away. Correct?
She doesn't just turn around and go.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
start eating things, just grabbing
Yeah.
handfuls of ash on, just
Unlimited omnipotent power.
Yeah. Itty bitty living space.
Yeah, no, she's not a monster. She's still Ricali. She's just
I mean, I don't know. Just
No,
ask.
God, it's worse.
Yeah.
Now Golem just sitting in a cave waiting.
heading the end of the world.
The world is mine. It is all mine.
She's standing
like,
there.
well, she just
Somebody
looks
pushes her
well,
into the cage, shut the door.
yeah. Well, see you guys in 100 billion years.
Ricali doesn't need any gods. Ricali needs no one.
Ricali needs snacks.
You,
The world.
you don't have any friends.
Asha is tasty.
That was
Asha
perfect.
has potatoes.
What? What's potatoes, precious?
If that happens, just give her a snack because she got angry, okay?
Just give her a Snickers. She'll be alright.
I'll end the existence, I swear to God.
Yeah, for God's sake, see.
You're not
Oh,
you
all
when
right.
you're hungry.
I'll do it. I'll turn this existence around.
All right. Are you guys leaving the altar? What are you, the rest of you? Wife, son.
I guess sensing to make sure that all my followers I could feel are okay. Like they're not like
Yeah.
ah.
The world is left in some ruin, but not irreparable.
So everything's fine.
The world
Hey, we did better
is
than
at
Infinity War.
peace.
Yeah, you did better
Is
than
this-
I anticipated.
Because this sounds like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we should just like go back and have a fucking party.
Here.
I feel like we should help get the world back in order, and then we can party.
I mean, I
Very
feel
much.
like we could take a day considering everything that just fucking happened. And I think we only had one day where all of us, I think it was like, was it game 5 when we all met and we all were in an area talking, and then after that it's just been like thing after thing after thing after thing.
Grim would like to give everybody huggies, and
Yeah.
then he would like to go and find Puppy.
Where is Poppy?
Poppy was defending her.
Meow.
Poppy was defending her. Yes. She, so how do you guys want to do? Got less than. I didn't have a plan for what would happen after this. I just jump into epilogues of where, like I assume you guys would.
You know, like the end of Avengers when Tony Stark's like, "You guys ever had shawarma?"
Yeah, right.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel right now.
I assumed you guys would get back together. You would help fix it, and
Oh yeah.
yeah. So
I think with the limited amount of time Soul has, he will do what he can.
Excuse me. I have a woman who needs to be properly married. So I'm gonna bid y'all good evening and head back to my soon-to-be wife. Sweet.
Recali is gonna open that little gold gilded cage that seemed to have Rieli's song in it
Yes.
and let that drift amongst Asha, repairing the spirits of the people and some of the damage that was done, and releasing it out to be.
And there will be a calming song heard over across Asha. Everybody, that whatever happened, nice Father praying to you as well. Any followers somewhere, Alec. But Alec was what I was going to have Alec do. All the money. That's what Alec was doing. That's what was holding you down with all the money you would.
Maybe
Rounded up some associates.
So you would have found Alec. You found that
He's such a good egg.
He's a good boy.
Polar and John would have back to Brotherhood. God weapons.
That fucking necklace.
Leaving that guy with necklaces, chains, guys to be adequate protectors.
Adequate.
Did our warden go back and beat the crud out of that little dwarf that pissed her off?
Not down. Copperchin.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought Raven was going to go back and go, hey, we made it through. Come here, bitch.
Callie,
maybe.
you will know that the people, kings of the Ten Kings Sea would have gone to falls to gather a father and take to have a lot of Asha.
Nice.
Obviously, higher.
Yeah. It's Steve.
Well, not even. Various scattered off the land. Enium eating Hildrick. And
Wait, whoa, what?
because you oh no, I'm sorry, they love you because Olga. So
Right.
strong followings out of the
Statues here, maybe
and
there, you know.
and in Griffin Falls. Highly celebrated everywhere. Mostly by children. Fun and
Did I say my epilogue now?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just giving you the updates of the. Sorry, go ahead. Epilogue yourself. I'll stop talking. Go ahead. We'll start with.
Do we make an order for it?
Yeah, I am going to.
Roll initiative.
I am going to roll initiative for everybody.
Oh.
Ooh.
Balance first.
Okay. So for my epilogue, I am going to search for the lost elves and see if we can eventually find them. Make my way to the Las Vegas place where the gambling and stuff goes on, and build up followers there, and then just make sure balance stays around the world until we reset.
So you would have found the elves If you would have gone north out of and that turns
Okay.
got to. About your parents.
I would have them if they wanted to stay on Generica with us, or they could go back to that would be up to them. But I would go visit them all the time.
How about Alec?
I would make him my avatar and see where that leads me.
Probably broke. Ari?
Boy. I think with Ari, he's been pretty much on the go from the beginning with little to no downtime to really have much sink in. Begins to I don't know if homesick's quite the right word, but he still feels responsible for the loss of the Sandro Isles. And, excuse me, I think kind of in the beginning, since Ari really doesn't have family, since they're all dead, I think he would hang around Gildrick, at least in the beginning, and just kind of relish in watching Gildrick be a father with his son and
Uncle Ari.
And I think Ari would do what he set out to do when he became a god, one of the choices of becoming a god, and he would bring the Sandro Isles back.
Hell yeah.
And on the Sandro Isles, he would painstakingly make altars to all of the gods. He would make one for Zane, and he'd often wonder what happened to Zane, where he ended up, because he promised to help rebuild the Sandro Isles with him, and he's like the dad that went to the milk store and never came back. And and Ari would just, he said he would have the altars built there, and he would go amongst the dwarfs and offer them a place to live there if they chose to. He absolutely would be going to all of the cities and stuff that were affected with the war. He'd even go back to Glacia and try to help rebuild. And I think in the end, Ari would just more or less become a drifter, lone wanderer type guy that would wander and help anybody in need. You mean, would he be depressed?
I just
Sorry,
I
Ari.
had nothing. I imagine that the dwarves would definitely. What would you have done about the?
I think Ari would have rounded them up into one area, and then he would
definitely not feed them after midnight.
Nothing good could happen then.
He would create the first football team. Have these werewolves play against each other. No, not really. He'd give them the opportunity to be able to come back to be just dwarfs and not that. And if the ones chose to want to stay being that, he would transport them to a different planet where they wouldn't harm anybody on Asha, where they would have that opportunity to flourish and not harm anybody.
Well, like I said, I will head back to Generica, find my girl, try to explain my way out of a mountain of ass whoopings she's, I'm sure, going to try to deliver to me. And when she finally calms down, I'll explain the situation and tell her, like, I didn't have a choice. It wasn't up to me. So I hope she can understand. And then,
Tell you're the god of
dumb
love
in the
now.
same way a guillotine's done. Dumb. It's not going to think, but it has one function. But I'm going to give it two. I'm going to slide a ring off my finger and put it on hers and propose on the spot.
Presiding over the wedding.
Without hesitation, Trigan. Like without hesitation. Yeah, with no hesitation, it's true.
It's your boy Trugan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I intend to populate this entire universe with my spawn. Enough to make
So
you all
that's why
We've
it
said it
gets reset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Right.
That makes
That
sense
rings
now.
true.
That checks out.
Is that everything?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess. Like, just try to work on having a family for a little while. I'm gonna take a little bit of a step back and help my followers from like a distance, and work on being a good husband, because she deserves it after what she's been through.
Fucking beautiful,
God
man.
of Death quietly retires.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not retiring. I'm just taking a step back for a little while, giving some focus to someone who deserves it. You know. Yeah, kind of like
There we go.
That's a condom commercial.
I have to fill in for.
His children are the Reapers. It's fine.
I'm gonna fill in so good, you have no idea.
Ramesh.
Grimesh finds Poppy and reunites Poppy and her mother. And then he says that although he now has a family, he realizes that there are people out there who do not. And so he gives them clearance to forever watch over them as only Grimesh could have. And then Grimesh becomes known as the Walking God Giant. And he walks the land, and no child, no person ever knows what it's like to not have a family. For he is the family to all of them. And makes sure no one goes hungry, and always has someone that cares about them.
That's goddamn beautiful, man.
Mhm.
Hands down.
A little mad about the not go hungry part because you totally stole. I was gonna be like, no one will ever know of not having food because I was gonna make sure that everything was in growth.
Yeah.
Like
Not
I was just like, damn you, Grim.
Nadia's going around and destroying groves of food that Grim created, and making people starve, and then coming over and being like, "Here you go."
I'm beating
This is how it
that
ends.
through a carrot, damn it!
I would never. Here's the bad part. I would never be able to wreck anything Grim made, so I would just stand there and stomp my foot, like, damn it, Grim.
Welcome to Raven's life.
Making little fountains.
Yeah.
Raven just got to pat you on your head. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
But then I'll just be like, that's it. I'm just gonna make it overgrowth. No.
You're ending.
I don't have one now. No.
Fuck it, pass me.
Yeah, I'm dead. No, I'm just kidding.
You provide the food that Grim prepares.
No one needs me. No.
Everywhere Grimesh goes, a small statue grows out of the ground of Nadia flipping him off.
Yeah.
Every step.
Nah. I was gonna say, I mean, anywhere I guess that Grim isn't, I'll make sure that there's food for everybody. Like I don't want anybody to ever have to worry about food, even if it's like a cold or like wintry season. I would make sure that that wasn't an issue. No one would ever starve. But also, for all of us now knowing that we would reset and we would not remember each other, I would point to make sure that I kept up the friendship with everybody, even if they're far and wide. I'd make sure to visit all of them throughout our millennia that we're alive and keep our bond strong. Even if they don't want to see me, Kildrick, I'd still make sure that I visited and saw everybody. And probably just making sure, like everybody else was saying, just keeping up with our followers, making sure everybody's good. Specifically, keeping a very close eye on the people of Zix, because I have a very strong bond with them. Probably get really close with Steve and have silly adventures, but yeah, I mean, just make the most of what we can before we reset.
Trugan kind of taking all of this in with the knowledge that, the world will reset one day. Goes through and creates a compendium of all the new gods and even an excerpt to the wardens, himself included. And he will go around with his wife and child, first setting up shop, first setting up in what's the major city here in Asha? Like one of the biggest ones. Okay, so he will go there and he will start a place of worship for all the gods and spread the word of all of them. Making sure that their history is not lost throughout time. While also, raising his daughter and making more babies eventually. Be the best man at Shrek's wedding.
Oh yeah. Bring my kids to play with your kids. My kids will beat your kids up. It'll be okay.
Yeah, please let me be gentle.
Your kids are born at 7 foot.
Oh no, just be careful. My daughter is terrifying.
Oh, I'm gonna be an uncle to that little girl.
Said that your daughter having all the powers of all gods carry on your.
That's awesome. But first and foremost, he would definitely go check on Steve.
Steve is an old frog with 1 HP still.
Yeah.
I just want to know what Steve was thinking when all of a sudden he blinked out and he's like, "Wait, where am I?"
Just basically, he would just look around and be like, "Oh, thank the gods."
Just each eye looking in several different directions while flies landing on it. Thank God.
Now I'm nervous. Okay. So first I want to point everybody to the Pathfinder general chat because I do have 2 visual illustrations that I have prepared as well.
All right.
But you'll see him in a minute. So
Cool.
It's about 2 a.m. when Raven slips from her room at Generica and stealthily makes her way to the kitchen. On the table, she leaves a folded piece of paper. She takes one last look around and slips out the door. The note, when read in the morning, reads, "It's time for me to go. I know what I need to do. Good luck, my friends. Love, Raven." Raven travels for several days, making her way back to a place she once was. As Randler comes into view, Raven stops to pause. She remembers that day when she arrived, just looking for an adventure, never imagining the turmoil that awaited her. She thinks of the friends that she made there, Cardi, Reali, Varon, and Randolph. She pulls a wineskin from her bag, takes a sip, and pours some on the ground in memory of her fallen friends. Replacing the wineskin in her bag, she sighs and carries on her journey, not entering Ranlor, but instead traveling north of the town. It takes her a while to find the spot she's looking for. Much of the area has been destroyed through all of the wars of the gods, but finally she finds the house in the woods. And I fucked it up when I was playing with it today, so it's, part of it's like got Fog of War on it, just whatever. It's fine. Okay, so she finally... Yeah. The door is cracked open, and peering in through the windows, she can see that it has been ransacked of any possible valuables, and everything is covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. She makes her way inside and surveys the damage. The walls are intact, as are all of the benches. That is good news. Raven tosses her bag on the table and rolls up her sleeves. It's time to get to work. Several weeks later, the home has been cleaned from top to bottom, garbage tossed out, furniture that can be saved has been repaired. The large eastern room of the house, which appears to have once been some type of church or meeting room, has been transformed. The wooden benches have all been placed back in rows, but spaced farther apart. In front of each bench is a rough wooden table. On each table lies 2 slates and several pieces of chalk. Raven walks along the room and places 2 books on each of the tables. If one was to look at the books, they are titled Little Orcs ABCs. Below ABC are 3 characters that many would not know. They are the Orcish symbols for those letters. Below that, it simply says, by Raven. As Raven places the last of the books on the tables, there is a knock at the front door of the cottage. Raven straightens her black dress, makes sure that her hat's on straight, and hurries to the door. Opening the door, she sees 2 small Orcish children who are shuffling nervously from foot to foot. Welcome, she says. It is Jeb and Dob, isn't it? She says as she gestures for the children to enter. The 2 children nod nervously at her. Don't worry, kids. We are going to have a lot of fun today. Head right into the room over there and pick your seats, she says, pointing towards the repurposed meeting room. Turning to close the door, something catches her eye, and she sees a few older children, as well as some adult orcs, standing amongst the trees. Welcome! Welcome, all of you. Please come inside and pick a seat. We have a lot of fun in store for today. And the remaining children and adults shuffle into the cottage, not quite meeting her eye. Once everyone is settled into a seat, Raven takes her place in the front of the room and picks up her copy of Little Orcs ABCs. I gotta push a button here. Okay. Okay, class, if you will each pick up your book that is in front of you, we are going to get started by learning our ABCs in both Common and Orcish. She opens the book and begins to read. A
My
is
heart.
for apple, roasted in a house.
My heart!
Everyone take your chalk and your slate, and we're going to practice writing the letter A. Raven demonstrates on the chalkboard at the front of the room how to write a capital A, a lowercase a, and the Orcish symbol for A. The sounds of chalk on slates fills the room, along with the crunch of chalk as a few of the orcs squeeze just a little too hard. Raven smiles at the class. It's going to take a long time, but Raven is going to help teach each and every orc willing to learn to read and write, as well to help change the human perception of orcs and the Orcish society.
Wait till you get to N.
I like M. M is my favorite, I think.
My heart's just melted right now.
I love this.
I drew
This is
all of
amazing.
this myself. Yes, it's really bad.
Because this
Yes.
would sell.
Okay, the thing is I
Put
did make
signs
this
everywhere.
little book. I actually made it into a little book.
Yeah, people
you need
would
to get
buy
it
this.
published.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
You need to publish this.
This
So-
is how geeky parents all over the world would teach their children the ABCs.
Yep.
Right?
And they're like, and also
Learn them in
Orcish.
Orcish,
Yeah,
too. I had to go find the Orcish alphabet so I could do this.
That's amazing.
And
I
then
love
she
that.
looks out the window. Grimesh sits there with a piece of chalk and a notebook.
Oh,
my God.
X
You,
is
you
for
mean
the-
you mean the chalkboard that would be the back of it, right? That would be yours.
X,
Yeah.
X is for the
was
end
all
of
going-
Fox because you know nothing that starts with X.
Yes, it was going fine until I got to that, and I'm like, what would they know? X-ray? No. Xylophone? No.
Oh, that's great.
Mm,
I love
That's
it.
amazing.
That is amazing. You
I
Here we
win.
go.
follow
You win
that.
the epilogue.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
honestly.
You.
Like, I don't even need to do mine now.
Oh, well, no,
We're done.
everybody has to keep going.
Are you done?
No, we're done.
I didn't know if you were done
An
before.
orc.
Did I cut you off, or
Nope.
were you done?
Nope. I'm done.
All right.
That's it. Raven's gonna go teach little orcs.
All right, Ricali, follow that up.
So Ricali is going to make sure that there is a circle of protection around where Raven is teaching the little orcish children and bridging the communities between the orcs and humans, so that will always persevere, and not have to worry about coming under attack from anything. And then she's going to go to Griffin Falls. She's
Ew.
going to say goodbye to her family. She's going to thank her mother for, teaching her that lending a hand to those around you is what builds community, and thanking her father for showing her when it's appropriate to fight for the community. And she's going to blame Jace that she ended up on this very adventure to godhood. And she'll make sure all of her followers know to blame Jace when anything goes wrong. And then she will let them know that it's her time to retreat from this, I guess, plane, and she is going to pull back to her realm, and kind of lead through her followers. But she didn't want to just leave without a goodbye. And then she's going to kind of pull back to her realm where she will sit and judge the souls of those who pass and make sure they get to where they need to go. But she does have one other gift to give out. Kelly would like to give Trugan's daughter Rieli's singing voice because he did name his daughter after her. And so she should have
Aw.
something to carry on there.
Ooh.
Listen, Trugan's okay with what he's done in this world. Judge away.
Listen,
Just goes, he just sends him up top, and they're like, wait, he like murdered 5 children.
No,
He named his kid after me.
Yeah.
no,
Like, out in the end. He saved Steve,
So
Didn't
y'all
he
don't
work-
know this about Trugan, but Trugan was part of a church beforehand that did some really bad shit.
They're like,
He kind
just
of
look,
turned to leave.
they're just looking at this big book of like bad, and then she's like, no, just don't, just shush.
Well, he truly thought he was doing the work of his Lord, right? And then he kind of came to, in the sense, what it was when he's met his wife
done
when
a
they
lot
were.
of good, I feel like. We'll see how it balances out at the end.
All you have to do is sing to Ricali, forgiveness. It's more than saying sorry.
I'm just saying, when Trugan passes away, I would gather him to my world.
Dear God, what did he do?
But he will forever ride in my backpack.
Hope it was worth it.
Till your wife and kids show up, at least.
Is that the end of your story, Ricali?
Yes, that was the end.
All right. And a mystery, Soul Maru Mask.
Oh man.
Where's your alphabet book at?
I have no alphabet book. I just have depression.
Oh. Never
Okay.
mind. Nate wins.
no, it's just understanding where Soul had to go through everything, and knowing what he gave Ari and Thalon and Raven is a piece that truly will never die, but he's not long for this existence here. He never was when he was formed. This was a last hurrah for him. The people that followed him and the existence he had beforehand under the title Lumos was false. And when that all went away, he felt the true weight of it, which just inverted the abyss that is his gut and took it all away. And as all things seem to end at the farthest length of shadows, I think he just finds a place and solace within the darkest parts of a forest, letting pieces of himself stay within every shadow that he passes, and just awaits the light to hit the horizon and get to the edge of that dark wood. Just waiting for his imminent disintegration and the dew of the morn to finally dissipate with the vapor. Particles of himself flitted into the air as he's transpired into something lighter than vapor. As he
Grim would be there for one more hug.
I think Soul would probably give everybody his last goodbye. He wouldn't say so, but I would say if people wanted to, they could like sense his motive or stuff like that. But every time he would go and visit each and every person, he would be a shadow of something that brings calmness. So depending on how you would see Soul, imagine that's the shape he would be in. Whether it is a black cat jumping into a tree or some bird that's landing onto the wood grain, or just a wolf in the woods where his eyes are the only thing that could be met. And as he's sure all that is done, he would wait to be dematerialized. He knew the times were short, but it was impactful. All those things come to the surface of his mind. How he devoured the fear that wrecked the mind of Rameses, giving him a chance to defy against a god of an oblivion that allowed life to be perpetual. So in a similar circumstances, he saw Rikali take up that mantle. He just hopes that she understands that Lashendra did something very similar in his time, in his realm, and in his world. And it was endless. Lives were recreated and repurposed and reused in how she's seen fit. She was a tyrant more than a god. He had to exist as a title, as an abyss for the people that she discarded. And in that, oh, sorry. No, go ahead. So he keeps thinking in his last moments how it devoured the crime of indecision within Thalon, which aided in a response of what shall be done within him. How it devoured the doubt in Raven's self-existence, pushing her to believe that the stars are not written by past authors, but to be enlightened abroad by one's chosen destiny. And Ari, how it devoured his guilt, a pit of teeth that ravaged the fiber of Adhira and the memory of the home as a pinnacle of his failure. That guilt carried such a dense poison fueling the deception of his capabilities, and it ceased all his knowledge to cope, to grow. The abyss that is Soul Marimus's gut is too far below satiated. I feel this realm quake from its hunger. The sun finally hits the apex, where an eclipse is no more. And as it hits its full rise, and I feel my purpose reaching its terminus, my form to return to the shapeless self I once was. The space between stars, dust by dust, a tear by tear, gone within the new dawn's kiss.
Grim felt left out.
I did have something would happen, but anyway.
What do you mean that's something else?
I had no, I had something else if I was going to succeed in something in this, but I had to discard it because I wasn't capable of doing it.
I was curious if anybody was going to let themselves go or powers, so I was surprised that I shouldn't be surprised that it was trying to kill you.
Okay.
But
Well,
no, that was some vivid imagery. Thank you.
It was
I,
good.
I
It was
can't
damn
wait.
good.
I can't wait to go to bed.
Called you brother.
All right.
Yeah, I think at least what I was going to end that on was that he did see himself as an intimidating shadow to a child trying to reach for his toy in the dense woods, but also understand that he is a shade where two lovers are sharing their first kiss. And he will always be the shadows of Asha. Just not like as you would think he would be.
Watching
Okay.
people kiss.
Anyway, move on to the next person. Move on to the next person.
No, I wasn't trying to interrupt you. I was just.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, let's see Kildrick follow that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. So for mine, Kildrick, he goes back to Generica, and over the next few weeks, just kind of gets cozy and comfy, but feels like a calling back to Erelon, to be able to continue just life where they left off. Now that he has his wife and son with him, so he gathers Amy and Balvora, and they go house to house, giving everybody final hugs as they go and pursue a little more of a humble life. And as he gets to Ari's, he gives Ari a big embrace and gives him a stone of far speech and says, don't be a stranger. You come visit us whenever you want. And as Ari said, he visits often, and it means a lot to Kildrick. So when they go back to Erelon, they're going back to rebuild the town, and before long, Kildrick becomes the local mayor of the town, and in doing so, one of his first orders of business is to kick out Jeremy Batal and to get rid of the registration requirement for anybody to live in the town.
Dear God.
And
Jeremy Patel.
Kick his ass.
but as he's going and rebuilding the town and becomes a mayor, he meets a young dwarven woman named Eldara Stoneheart, and she owns a little brewery in town called Mithril Mugs. And Kildrick introduces her to Dimmy, and before they know it, Kildrick becomes a grandpappy. And this experience
Aw.
of playing Cupid Sparrow inspires Kildrick to create what was originally a dwarven matchmaking service called Celestial Bonds. But soon people from every race from all corners of Asha come to find love and their forever partner. Before too long, Kildrick learns that he was never the god of smiting. He was instead the god of the smitten. He lived happily ever after at the end.
That's adorable.
Aww.
All right.
Daddy, I'm a daddy now.
As the sun,
Daddy, look at me.
as the sun sets on a saved and secure Asha, I will I will give you all your final long rest. Now level.
Level up this guy.
And that will. Sorry for the
Sad.
railroady a little bit, but it was there.
Steve becomes chieftain of the Zix Empire.
I will say, down the list, I would like to thank. I'd like to thank Dustin, Vaughn, and Basket for just giving Pathfinder a shot in general, pushing mechanics, even though I know I still don't know them, at least.
So I can create water in people's lungs.
No, you can't. You have to be able to see. Basket being the more veteran of the D&Ders, I cannot thank you guys enough for crunch, and not knowing how your character works for over. So I appreciate that a lot.
Thank you for allowing the rule of cool.
I appreciate that Travis has known me for 15 years and still signs in every Wednesday to listen to my bullshit. Love you, buddy. Thank you.
Aww.
To thank Tom for jumping in and staying in, because at the beginning I thought you were very touch and go, and I just all our interactions I feel your love without you expressing it at all ever.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That was an odd thank you.
I feel the same, buddy.
Nate, I would try to get you in here so much and you resisted, but you finally broke in. And I cannot thank you enough for finally giving part of this. Real with all of you, like just that real friendship. Chaos. And then death. Chaos without knowing helped me out a lot behind the scenes. I was running Deaths and Baskets game and a lot better about it. Actually gave me a lot of courage. Thank you. And last but not least, the person who made all of this possible, who, as long as I see him in the game, I know I never have to worry about anybody liking or somebody not liking what I'm putting out, is Death. You have created all of this. I could not be more in your debt for helping me, friends. Thank you. And
Happy
Lauren,
to do it. We'll do it again.
I'm probably thanking God that she can stop hearing me stressed about everything that happens. Sometimes Thursday.
You're just gonna do that in other people's games about your play. You're just gonna go. I don't think I did that right. I think the DM's mad at me. No one really wants me in this game.
All right, that's good. So thank you guys for doing this. Thank you for playing for the past year. Thank you, Alan and Grim, for probably coming in way late and really not understanding while there.
For a whole long while.
Yeah,
Or still do.
Shit, we're playing Pathfinder?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I know. I learned a lot bringing you guys in. As much as I regret you guys not knowing what the hell's going on, I'm glad you stuck it on it. I appreciate all the time being here for this. Hard to get together on this. And we got 11 people.
Well, Pharrell, you're leaving out the important part, buddy. If it wasn't for that one fateful TikTok that you made.
Oh, I made it because of Death.
Hey, still.
I was just saying, Death is the one we all see. Death is like Lauren is the Samwise Gamgee of this, and Death is Frodo Baggins. Because Sam had to deal with all the bullshit, but Frodo was the real hero through the ring.
Don't you lose him.
Regardless, we appreciate you doing all this.
No problem. Chaos is Gandalf.
Don't you kill him, Samwise Gamgee. And I won't. I won't.
Travis is going. All right.
No, Bill, you did a fantastic job. Thank you for putting up with all of our bullshit for the past year.
Yeah, seriously.
2 years, but that's
I
fine.
do want to say that I play in a lot of games, and I am actually very sorry this one's coming to an end. I had so much fun.
Fine.
Yeah.
I feel it.
I'm sorry I didn't have more interactions with Grim.
Yeah. Grim was a fan favorite.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was mostly dead. Anyway,